Hello everybody, welcome to the stream. Just gonna do some relaxing modeling today in Blender. How's everyone doing? So what we're gonna do is I was thinking of modeling this Starcraft refinery. Gonna lower the music slightly. Is everything coming through alright? I assume so. Alright, so as you can see, I've got this little reference image here on the side, which is quite nice because I just added this image editor little window here, so then you can actually see what you're doing. So I think it's going to be pretty low poly, but let's see what happens. Yeah, we're on the right window. Okay, so I'm just going to start blocking this out, just the basic shape. So I think I'm going to use mirroring for this. So I'm just going to enable auto mirror. Like so. So I'm just going to start with this front section just to block out the basic shape, and then we take it from there. So I'm just going to move this back. Something like that. And then we just move this up, so we kinda get that basic rectangle shape. I'm not sure about scale though. Let's see. So yeah, this is let's make it 6 meters across, and then the length I'm gonna make about 12 meters in the length, and then the height, let's make it 4 meters, something like that. And then let's just see if we can just move this up so it's sitting on our grid. It's not centered on the grid, maybe. Yeah, maybe let me just center that. So I'm gonna cursor to selection. That's not gonna work. That's fine. It doesn't have to be centered on the y-axis. I think that should be cool. Right, so let's see what we're gonna do here. So I'm gonna start with this front section, I think, first, like the entrance. So I'm going to just bevel this little edge here to start with, so we can kind of get that shape going. And then let's do a loop cut. Something like that. I just want to apply the scale. Always very, very important when you change the scale of any object. Just go to apply your scale, because things like inset just work so much better. I was wondering if I should actually mirror this model, but what I'm going to do, I'm probably going to keep mirroring on for just the basic section, and then when I do the middle part, I'll probably do that as a separate object. Yeah, I'll see. I'm not sure. So let's do a little inset here. This is going to be our opening. I know there's a way to disable the boundary. There we go. If you press Alt B, as you can see there, so that's with boundary and that's without the boundary. So I'm going to do it without the boundary. This looks a little bit big now to me, but let's see. So I'm going to just move that in. Yeah, it is a little big. So I'm just going to scale this whole model down slightly. So on the X, I'm just going to scale it in. Yeah, I think that looks better. Now I'm just going to apply the scale again. So with the object selected, go to Object, Apply, Scale, and yeah, then we and we've got that. So let's do this front section, and yeah, I'm just gonna say I'm not gonna model it exactly the same. This is just a reference, so just a reference. So let's focus on this section there. I think for this I'm probably just gonna extrude this front section. And then we can probably just move this edge down. Yeah, I don't really like this geometry going to the side here, but you know what, that's fine. Just gonna move this out slightly so we have like a something like that. Looks a bit weird, but yeah, not gonna worry too much about that. And then let's see if we can do this front section maybe as well. So we've got that. I'm just gonna try and let's take this edge and move it back slightly so we get that edge right there. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna get the basic shape first. So let's do the two towers on the side. So, or we can actually do the door as well. That's gonna be on this side. Move that to the front slightly like that. Okay, so let's do the two towers at the back. So I'm gonna put a loop cut right here where I'm gonna extrude this whole section here. So this part I'm gonna extrude to create this island. So we just extrude that normally like this. And then we probably need to do some insets just to create this tower section. So I'm just gonna do a basic inset like that and extrude that up. And then maybe let's do another inset. And let's extrude that up. And for now I'm just gonna move this edge down slightly so we get that angle. So that part right there. And then this front section, so I'm gonna need to extend this island coming all the way to the front almost. And that's gonna have this little section here, this little small tower, and then this object here in front. So I think let's put a loop cut around like so. Maybe not too high up. And then I'm gonna extrude this face. And yeah, let's just extrude that all the way. We can always add the details a bit later. And then I'm gonna put a loop cut right here somewhere. And I'm just gonna take this one edge and just squash it in. So I'm just gonna G and then X. Maybe I must do both of these. So we kind of get something like that. Yeah. Okay, so actually just want to see if we can fix this front section here. Just gonna look at it from the top. Yeah, you know what, it's actually fine. It's not too bad. So, as you can see, this part here in front is actually smaller, and then it goes somewhat larger going to the back. Should have done that before I added these two towers, but let's see what we can do. So I'm going to place another loop cut right here somewhere where it's kind of supposed to go bigger. And then let's see what I'm going to do here. If I select all of these faces, all of those, this one, so I can't just scale that because that's going to cause issues. You just select everything here at the back, so going down like so, and then we select these two, and then maybe let's select yeah, I don't know if I select these ones. See if I can maybe squish these ones in. probably do something like that. I'm gonna make this edge straight there, and then this one, yeah, I see we've got a bit of an issue here with this line. I'm just gonna align those two, so I'm just gonna get the position of that vertex, global position, and I'm looking for the Z, I'm looking for that number. So I'm just gonna copy that and then paste it on this vertex, just to get that line straight, and then the same with this one. So also X, copy that and then paste it onto that one there. Okay, it's probably a little better. So if we look at it from the front, you'll see that's aligning and that one is aligning, but I'm sure we have some more issues here. No, I think that's alright for now. Okay, so what we need to do next, we have some weird thing going on here. I'll select all those and just move it out. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, so you see this is obviously a separate object, so it's gonna do that. Yeah, that's fine for now. I'm not really gonna worry too much about that. Okay, so we've got that section going up there. I wonder if I can bring this forward a bit. Yeah, let's connect it there. Maybe put another loop cut right there and then move that forward. Yeah, that's cool. Alright, so we've got the basic shape going there. Now let's do this little part right here. So we've got this cylinder that's sitting here and it's coming out, and then it connects with a sort of a pipe thing going into this box right there. So I wonder, I'm probably going to add some new geometry here. I don't really want to. Let's see if we can create a circle from this thing. Might be quite tricky, but let's see. I'm going to do an inset here. And then let's see if we can make this a little rounder. So I'm gonna take these edges and I'm just gonna subdivide them to create more vertices, like so. And then I'm gonna take all these vertices and I'm gonna try and make them round. So to do that, you go to Mesh, Transform to Sphere, and then you just kind of drag, and you'll see that's going to make it a little bit rounder. If we go all the way to 1, it's definitely not perfect, but let's I wonder if I can probably subdivide these even more. I'm doing them one by one because if you select all of them and you do subdivide, it's going to subdivide the face. Okay, so let's see if I select all of those, holding Control, and then we go Mesh, Transform to Sphere. Yeah, that's nice. So you can see there now we've got something that's a little rounder. It's not perfect, but now we're going for like a low poly look anyways. So I'm just going to extrude that up. Obviously this is a little bit different because it's got this base that I didn't actually check out. So what we can do, I'm just going to extrude it for now. So all the way up, and then maybe let's add one more extrusion, scale that down, and then maybe just one more like that. And then we need to create the section that's going to go into this wall. So I'm just going to select those ones and move it down like that. So we can either go with like a round pipe going from this face into this object here, or we can do like a little square type of thing. I'm gonna try and see if I can just go with a circle, or with a cylinder rather. So I'm gonna do a inset first. Whoa, that's not gonna work. So let's just move that down again. With this face selected, I'm gonna do an inset, so pressing I, and then I'm gonna extrude that just slightly. And now to get this curve going here, I'm gonna place my 3D cursor right there. So with this face selected, you just press Shift S, and then cursor to selected. And now I can use this spin tool, and then we just select the right axes, and then we spin. So I'm going to hold in control to snap to 90 degrees. Okay, so I'm just going to put the music a little softer. Hey, Haschi Games, loop tools. I haven't actually used it before. I know a lot of people actually talk about it and use it, but I must definitely check it out. I kind of enjoy using the default or standard tools, but I know it's so much faster if you use some of those nice add-ons. So now you just use these numbers here at the bottom. So I think it's the Y. Yeah, there we go. So I'm just gonna pull that out. And you can also set your number of steps here. So if you want something very low poly, we can go with like maybe 3 steps. Maybe that will look pretty cool. And we're on 90 degrees, so that's fine. And then we can just extrude this face. And for this one, I'm just going to cheat a bit. I'm just going to go straight in. I'm not going to connect it to the actual geometry. So just like so. What we can maybe do is I'm just going to select these faces up to around there, and I'm just going to push them down so it's not as close to the top. So GZ, pull them down a bit. Okay, so we've got the basics of that, and then we need this little thing here at the front. Let me just see if we have one. Yeah, we've got one on both sides. So this little device sticking out there. Not sure what it is though, so let's do it. So first of all, I'm going to start with the inset. So just do an inset, and then I'm going to add a few more vertices. So subdivide these edges. And then we try and spherify them to sphere. There we go, all the way to 100. And for this one, it doesn't need to be any rounder than that. I think that's fine. So I'm just going to extrude it slightly to create a little platform, and then we do an inset, and then we do another just to create that little platform. Can't really see what this is supposed to be, so it's just a little thing happening there. So I'm gonna try and see if we can do anything. If I extrude this again and I take let's see if we can make this more rectangle now. So if I scale these ones in on the Z 0, and the same with these two, scale X 0, and then these two we can scale Y 0, and these two scale Y 0. Cool, then we've got our little bit of a rectangle. I'm just going to scale that down and move it down. Okie dokie, so extrude that up. These parts can extrude. It's definitely not going to be similar to the reference. I'm just using it as an idea. So yeah. So I'm going to take this section and I'm just going to extrude those two faces. So to extrude in both directions, you do an Alt E and then extrude along normals like that. And then let's do one more. So Alt E along normals, and then I'm going to scale them, but I want to scale them individually. So individual origins, and then scale something like that. Then we can extrude that again. It might be a little big, but I'm just gonna extrude those two back, or just move them back, and then maybe scale them down. Just doing something similar, not the same. So maybe let's extrude these ones, move them forward, and then we need to create this sort of thing right here in the front. Let's do a loop cut. Ooh. Or not. Let's do a subdivide. Also not. What is going on here? Do we have vertices? Yeah. So I'm going to connect those two using J. And then the same with these two. Well, I don't really have to. I can just use this one thing here. So we need something that looks a little bit round here. I don't know if I'm going to create a cylinder maybe and add that in as well. So let's see. I think I'm going to make it do this a little different. So we can try and do a spin and see how that looks. So cursor to selected, and then I'm going to click on the spin tool, get the axes, spin it around, hold it in control to snap, and then I'm going to move the y axis like so. We can actually go let's see, that's not going to work. Undo that, and then we pull this out again, maybe this time to -180. See, I kind of want to do something like that. I wonder if I move this down, if that's going to look super weird. Maybe just something like that. Yeah, let's just do that, and then maybe we can extrude this section into this part. So let's just move this out a bit more, and then I'm just going to extrude this down. Whoops, Z. It looks a bit funky here, but you know what? I don't know what that is, so okay, so we've got these two little towers. I don't want to start with the middle thing yet, if there's anything else that we can just block out for now. Maybe let's add some detail right here. So I'm going to add 3 loop cuts, and then we can take this part and maybe just add some detail here. Maybe inset that, extrude that out, and on this side we need this little ramp going down here. So let's extrude that slightly like so, and I'm going to do a loop cut right there. And then this section, I don't know why I hate doing these ramps, like I don't know what's going on with this one. So let me just fix this line, because this is also not right. So if we look at our vertex position in the y-axis, so I'm going to copy that, and then I'm going to paste it right there, just to get that line across nice and straight. Yeah, that's looking better already, I think. Okay, for this one, I don't think I had to do this loop cut actually, because I can maybe just do a normal extrusion to the side and then push this down like there, and then we can do the sides maybe with 2 loop cuts. So let's place this one on this side and make it about 0.6. And then we can see it's probably not, no, that's not not good. Undo. So I'm first going to make a loop cut in the center, and then I'll make a loop cut on that side, loop cut on this side, and now I can extrude those two. So I could probably just do a normal extrude for them. Yeah. Let's add some details. So I'm just going to do an inset and then just extrude them down. Like adding little details like that, and that's super easy to do because you literally just do inset and extrusions. Like, yeah, I can do inset again, and if you press I twice, you get like individual insets, and then you can do little things like that. So maybe you just see the basic shape that we have. Okay, so maybe we must start with the center section. I just want to see what else we can add here. Maybe let's just move this part in slightly. And yeah, I don't want to add too much detail before we kind of have the whole building kind of blocked out. So maybe we should start with this middle section. I'm just a little bit nervous because of the mirror that I have enabled. So maybe I must just disable the mirror or create a second object, and then we can join them later. Right. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna add it as a separate object. And then we can always join it later. I think that's gonna be the best. Well, let's see what happens if let's put my 3D cursor right there. Let's see what happens if I add a cylinder now. See, so that's not gonna be mirrored because that's weird, because it's technically part of the same object, but it's not mirrored. Linked. See, we can. Oh, it is actually mirrored. But why is it not? Why can I select these vertices? Okay, this is. I've never really done this to like add extra objects in while you're on a mirror. Maybe we should try it and see what happens. So I'm going to delete that. So from here to there, I just want to see if I can add that. If we extrude that a bit. And then we need that pipe to, maybe let's do the big one, the big cylinder first, and then we take it from there. So cool, I'm gonna literally just try this now. Place my 3D cursor right there where it is, and I'm gonna create a cylinder, and I'm gonna move that back, and I'm gonna scale it up so it's almost to the edge, and then I'm just going to move it up so it's not that deep inside the geometry, and then I'm going to move this down, and let's see what we can do here. So I'm going to take it up to there, and then do a little inset to about here, and then extrude it up, and then let's do a extrude, scale, and then extrude up again, and then inset again, a little bit smaller, and then we're going to go up, and then we can probably go up all the way to around there, and I'm going to scale that up to create that funnel look. And maybe let's just do a little loop cut here and scale that in. And then this top section, I'm gonna inset again. Like that. And then I'm gonna extrude it in and then scale it in so it doesn't come through the geometry, and maybe we can move that in. We have a little bit of a problem there. Let's do another loop cut inside here, and I can scale that down, and then we can move this face like so, and then I think I'm just gonna make this one slightly smaller, so like that. Okay, so we've got the basic of that going, and now we need this little pipe coming out here and going into this section right there. See, so now I've got the mirroring enabled. Let's see what I can do. So I'm gonna put my 3D cursor right there, and we're going to create another cylinder, scale that down, and then rotate on the X. I don't know, this is actually a good idea to do it this way with this mirroring enabled, because if I move a face on this side, you can see it is mirroring. I'm just not sure if it's creating double geometry, but anyways, let's carry on. So for this one, I'm going to move it back first just to create that little section where it comes out of the big exhaust. And now I'm going to extrude and scale, and then extrude this way. Like, maybe we can take it a little bit further, like so. Now I'm going to do a spin again, so put your 3D cursor here first, so Shift S, and then cursor to selector to get your 3D cursor right there in the center, and then you can click on the spin and make sure you've got the right axis selected here at the top. And I'm going to spin holding control, so we do like a 90 degree, and I'm going to pull it out on the Y axis. Like so, and then Z. This is a bit weird. So you just kind of play with these numbers until things are starting to work. So you just need to make sure that section there is level. Like that. Excuse me. Okay, and then I'm just going to extrude that in. So literally as simple as that. Okay, so we've got that basic layout covered. We've got the big exhaust. I'm just gonna take all of these. If you want to do like a pattern, select your hold in Shift Control and then plus. So I'm gonna move that up a little bit and then scale it even bigger. And I want to bevel those. No, that's not going to work. So let's scale that first and then select this outer edge. Come on. Yeah, that one, and then bevel. Looks like the scaling is causing some issues. So let's try and apply scale again. Because we scaled that individual cylinder, I think that's it's weird. It's doing it a little bit, but it's not bad. It looks fine. And then maybe we can do some bevels on around this one as well, and around that. Oops, not that one. Around this one. Control B. Bevel that down, and then the same with this one. Bevel that down. I wonder, maybe I must do that inside one as well. Nah, just the one. Like so. Let's do some bevels on this one as well. Bevels are always good. And maybe let's add some details on this face. So for this one I'm gonna add a loop cut. So let's add a loop cut like that, and I'm gonna add 2 like that, and then we can take all these faces going around up to there. And what was that? I got a notification. Bugra Adli just subscribed. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Sorry, I probably pronounced that very wrong, but thank you anyways. So I'm gonna just inset that again. I probably don't have to. Just I twice, and then I'm gonna do a Alt E extrude long normals, and that should pull it in like that to add some details there. We can maybe do the same on the side. I'm not sure if this loop cut's not too bad. So you can also select or do a loop cut, and then you select that edge and you do a bevel. So we bevel it out first, and now we can do, I don't know if I'm gonna have to do that, but I'm just gonna take these faces going around here to around there, and I'm gonna just do a normal extrude. Whoops, not an inset, extrude inwards like so. Let's see what else we can do. So some nice bevels on this tower. So I think let's start with the top. So I'm just going to move these 4 faces up slightly, and then I'm going to take all of these edges around like that, and I'm going to bevel them. And I'm just doing one segment bevels just to keep everything nice and low poly, just to kind of round off the edges a little. Alright, so we've got that bevel and maybe just these edges as well. So I'll probably let me just see if I just select this one edge, or this one. Let's see if that's gonna work, or if I select all of those ones at once, bevel them. See, you must be careful when you do these bevels, because you don't want your geometry to overlap. So you must be careful always. And if I select these ones in between, then it's probably gonna mess up. That's actually a little better. Undo that. Let's see if I select those as well. That one, that one, that one. No, not that one. This one. And then that side as well. Like so. I'm just gonna do a little bevel. Nothing crazy. Yeah, that's okay. I'm not too worried about the geometry. As you can see, I'm creating some horrible looking geometry here and there, but it's not a problem. Okay, so we need to add a door here. I kind of just realized that we haven't added that door, and we don't really have space for it, so maybe I must maybe put this. Let me see if we can do anything here. So I'm gonna stop just selecting all these. No, that's not gonna work. Let's see how far we can select. Because I was thinking of spacing this out to the side, so we've got more space here to work with. Let me just hide this, and I wonder if we do a big old selection like that. It's probably gonna break a lot of things if I move that, but let's see. GX. Okay, so that's moving these faces as well. I see, we've got some crazy tight spaces here. I think for now, let's just add the door maybe here on this side. And I'm not going to worry to add another door in this corridor, because it is a bit strange though. So I'm going to move this back further. And let's just get our funnel back, whatever you call it, exhaust. Okay, so let's add, I'm going to create that door on this side, maybe right here. So, I'm first going to do a little loop cut maybe. Maybe let's do 2 loop cuts, and then we can scale these out in there. We just need to place this on median, scale it out like so. And then I'm gonna take these 2 and just scale them in. So we have that. And then we can inset this face probably slightly and then extrude it inwards. Yes. Save. Okay, and now what we can do is, let me just do, there's probably a ramp needed here as well. Just think what's the best way to, okay, I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to subdivide this edge once, twice, and then I'm going to connect those vertices. So J, select those, J, this one we can dissolve. Now we have that face, which I can extrude, and then we just move this part down, so we have a little ramp. And maybe let's add some details on this ramp as well. So let's do some loop cuts, 1, 2, 3. 2 is probably fine, and then I can just scale them out again. So selecting these 2, maybe these 2 as well, scale them out this way, select those 2, inset them, maybe not that much, maybe like that. And for these ones I'm going to go up, so extrude them upwards, and then I'm just going to level them out, so S and then Z, 0. Move them up slightly more, can even go, just like that, little stair walls or whatever you call them. Let's add some details to these pipes. So what I'm going to do here is select some of these faces like that, and then I'm just going to extrude them all. Or you can do a Alt S to kind of grow them like that, but I think rather let's do a extrude, so Alt E and extrude faces along normals. You get something like that. And then maybe on this side, let's add a little loop cut right there. And I'm going to select all of those faces, inset, and then maybe for this one I'll just do a, let's do a something like that. And then we need some more details on this thing, so let's just add a loop cut maybe here at the base. I'm going to select all of these faces around, and I'm going to extrude them all, so along normals. And then I'm going to select that edge loop and then push that down, so GZ, just create like a little base like that. We can probably do something with this one as well. I still don't know what this is. Select that and GZ, move them down. Okay. So let's add some detail here in front here by this main ramp. So first I'm going to add a loop cut here on the edge. You see this wall must actually be a little thicker. I wonder what I'm going to do here. Okay, let's just put a loop cut right here and then see what happens if we extrude both of these, or if we just move. Now I see we can't move them, we'll have to extrude them up. I think I'm gonna try and recreate this ramp quickly. Let's delete it. So I'm gonna select all those faces and delete. And I'm just gonna bridge these edges, and maybe we should just clean this up a little before I try again. So we've got this wall coming down here, and then from behind the wall we should extract that section here. This is confusing my brain. Let me just pull that back. Just copy that and then paste that right there to get that straightened out, and then the same with this one, so that should be the same. Okay, maybe I must just dissolve this edge quickly. And I think we need to move these vertices inwards. Yeah, and then we can maybe extrude this whole thing forward. And then we can level these out, so SZ, same with these ones, and then zero that out to create a level platform. Yeah, I think this is going to work a little better. And then we can move these, this edge we can dissolve. Then we can take this edge, move it down, so we have our ramp. And then maybe we should pull this out. No, maybe not. Then I'm just going to pull this one down. Yeah, I think that's the idea I'm going for. And then we can inset this face and then create some little details there. Oops, inset like so, and then extrude that upwards, and then I'm gonna level that out, maybe SZ0, a little much. Cool. I'm just gonna get some water quickly. I'll be back in a flash. Okie dokie, I'm back. How's everyone doing today? Let's continue. Okay, so maybe let's just do something here. Pull these two maybe down. Looks a bit weird. Okay, let's see what else we can do. I just want to move this up slightly, so this part should be more like so, because we're going to place some logo or something on this front section. I wonder if I can move this up as well. Yeah. I wonder if I can dissolve this edge. Yeah, that's better. And then we can probably... No, I'm not going to dissolve that one. We can maybe straighten this line out a bit. No, we also don't want to. We want it to go bigger in the back. So what else can we add? So let's add some more details around this main door opening here. So I'm just going to do a loop cut right there. And then I'm going to select those edges. And I'm going to do a bevel. And then I'm going to do a extrude along faces. So I'm going to go inwards just to add a bit of detail there. That is pretty cool. And then maybe let's add some... No, that's not going to work. Yeah, now you can probably just go in and add little details. So add like little loop cuts. Select the faces. Come on. Select it like that. And then we can just do little extrusions. So maybe go in for that one. And we can maybe do the same on this one. So all the way around, I'm going to do an inset and then extrude along normals. Maybe just a slight little indent like that. And then this building here at the back needs a bit of details. I think let's add some details here at the top first. So I'm going to take these faces and then first of all inset that and then extrude that down and then inset again. No, can't inset that again unless we lose all these edges. But maybe it's okay for now. Yeah, maybe let's get rid of these edges just to get a little rectangle going here. So to dissolve the edges there. And now we can maybe subdivide. What am I doing? No, don't want to subdivide that. So we've got all those vertices right there. Maybe if we just do a so something is going on here which is not nice. Okay, that's alright. So let's put some details on this side. So I'm going to take these faces, inset like so, and then just extrude that in. And maybe let's do this section on this wall. So I'm going to do a little loop cut there. This one, inset, and then I'm gonna let's see, extrude this out maybe, and then scale that down. Yeah, maybe we can add more of those types of things. So I'm gonna do one here as well. So inset and then extrude just slightly, and then scale in, so we get these little fin looking things. So maybe let's add something crazy here in the center of this thing. So I'm gonna just center on this, select all these faces up to around there, and then I'm gonna do it II to inset individual faces, and then I'm gonna extrude along normals like that. I don't know if this is gonna work. And then we do a scale, but individual origins. Scale that down. Little spiky spike wheel thing. No idea what that is, but let's assume it's something. Okay, so I want to add some more details around this area here. This is looking very plain. Okay, so first we need to just check out the vertices situation here. So I'm gonna subdivide that line. So I've got these two vertices that I can join, and this is a bit of a problem, but I'm just gonna move that one to match the position of this vertices. So we need to get this vertices height, so this one, and I'm gonna paste it there. There's probably an easy way to do it, but I have no idea how to do it, so I'm gonna copy the Y position as well, paste the Y position, and then we should have a straight line. There we go. So now we can go in and we can add some loops here. So maybe just one there, and then I can take these faces maybe all the way to the bottom, maybe just there. Okay, and then we can do little extrusions along normals. Let's see how that will look. Yeah, just little details like that, always good to add. Then definitely we need to bevel this edge here, maybe just this one, maybe that one as well, maybe not. So let's just see what we can do here. Yeah, maybe just this one bevel, that should work. Ooh, okay, what do we have here? Yeah, that's fine. No issues there. I can probably move this one inwards, just slightly. Looks a bit wonky there, but in any case. Then we need some more details here on the side maybe. So let's add a, maybe let's subdivide these two. And then I'm going to slide this one, GG, and select this face, inset, and then extrude it in. Could probably do a few here. Yeah, let's do that. So let's select these two again, and I'm going to do subdivide again, but this time I'm going to subdivide it a couple of times, maybe so many times, and then I can take all these faces, do a double inset II for individuals, maybe little vents like that, and then we just extrude them in. Those are always fun to do. Okay, what else can we add? I don't like this. This one should be a little thicker here, so I'm gonna GZ that and GX just to thicken it out a bit. Maybe this one has come down. Well, this one and this one should be level, so scale Z0. And I think these ones are, yeah, that should be fine. Maybe some more details here in the front on this section here. Maybe we need to do something with this face as well. Let me just push this one in slightly. As you can see at the top, you can change your transform orientation, and if you have like a face selected and it's kind of off center or not matching the axes of your scene, you can change this from global or local to normal. So for global, this will move in your axes, it will use your scene axes, and your local will use your object axes basically, and then normal will use that face normal, so you can actually move it in that direction, which is pretty cool to do. So yeah, that works really well. So for this one, I'm going to do the same. So inset that, extrude it out and scale it in. And then we can just move that in slightly like so. Okay, we need more details here. We need more details. Back is also very plain still. Maybe let's do something here. And then maybe these as well. Okay. I'm gonna start adding some basic materials very soon, just colors basically. I'm not gonna go for, I'm just gonna get like a color palette, and then I'm gonna try and just add them to those colors. Yeah, maybe we should do that now. So what I usually do, or a new thing that I actually that I'm doing, is I'm just gonna switch to Safari. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to a site called, I think it's called colors or color. If you search color palette, you'll see colors.co. And here you can generate some nice color palettes. Or you can explore. Let's see if we can find a nice kind of sci-fi-ish. So we want to go with like, what colors do we want to go? So like blues and silvers or grays. Gray, black, silver, and maybe a little bit of purple. Let's see if we can find something that's in that range. So I'm looking for any sci-fi-ish color palettes. It's also nice. It's got some, but no grays. Well, I'm just gonna go with something I like. So I like the orange and these grays and white. Okay, I'm gonna go with this one. So literally, you just click on it. You need to view palette. Or you can literally just do a little screenshot of this. Because it's solid colors, we're not gonna worry about resolution, so I'm literally gonna take a little screenshot of this, and that's gonna be my material in Blender. So let me show you. If let me just save this. So now if we go to our materials, and I'm gonna just delete that basic material, create a new one, and we call this Refinery. And then the base color, I'm gonna use an image texture, open, and I'm literally gonna use that screenshot. open. So now, obviously, if you look at the material, it's all messed up. Ooh, what's going on here? I think we might have some duplicate geometry, or maybe it's just the stretching of the UVs or something, so don't worry too much about that. So what we can do now is, if we go into the UV editor, so we've got our colors here, and what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna do a very rough unwrap. It's not really necessary because we're not really using any textures, we're just using basic colors. But what you can do is, so let's just quickly unwrap this. So I'm going to go into edge select mode, and then go to select, and then select sharp edges, and we can just mark them as seams, and then select all your faces, UV unwrap, and then unwrap. So we kind of get something that's okay, and then we can actually just select all of these and then just move them out of the way, and then we can start kind of selecting the pieces and then just moving them into the colors. So let me show you what I mean. So let's say we want to take this section right here. So I shouldn't have unwrapped it really. What you need to do is select all of them, scale 0, and then you just move that one point to one of the colors. So let's say this dark color, and then if we change our view to texture, it's going to show us that color. So even in normal solid mode, you can go show texture, and then it will show you that color, which is just a normal color. So we're going to go back to this thing. So now I can go and I can select some faces. So I'm just going to select all of these and just clear those seams because they're a little distracting. So now you can go and you can select some of these objects. So I'm going to do that, and then just grow that selection by pressing Control plus, and then maybe select those ones around, and then maybe those ones. So now you can just go with those faces selected. I'll just do a G on this side, and I can grab it and maybe move it to the orange, and then that whole section will be that color, because all those faces are basically compressed into that one dot, because I did a scale 0. So let's do the same with this one. So I'm going to select all of those faces around it, and then do one grow, Control plus, and move them into orange as well. And then I'm going to take all of those ones. Probably an easier way to select these, but I'm just going to do it the slow way. And then the same with these ones. And then the same with those ones. Should have started on this side actually. And we're just selecting faces. Like that, and let's move them to the light gray maybe. Yes. Okie dokie, let's do this big funnel. So I'm going to select all of these faces. Come on. Like so, and then we do a grow. We can actually select all of them. Because it's a separate it's in the same object, but it's loose. It's not connected to any of the others. So for now, maybe this gray, like a little bit lighter. And then this thing is also its own. So let's do a orange. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And then for this tower, let's just grow that. So we maybe have something like that, and let's add that to the light gray. Maybe let's add these sides as well. So I just want to keep these things different color. So we can do those. Dunk, dunk, dunk. Maybe those ones. So let's move them over to the light gray, and then we can do all these pointy things. So I'm just going to select these top faces, and then I'm going to grow them, Control plus, and then let's make them orange. Obviously. There's one more here. So this one also orange. Cool. Now this thing here in front, I want to make this orange as well. So I'm going to select all these faces. And that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. And we're going to grow selection, Control plus. Move them into the orange. That's cool. And then maybe this line going through here. I think we might need more colors, but let's just see how far we get. Maybe this top section. Yeah, let's make this top section a little bit darker. I'm going to select all those, that one, those, and dark. Those ones, orange. Okay, wait, this part. Grow. Let's make this one orange as well. That section I'm gonna make, yeah, orange. There we go. Maybe have this entrance like so. Maybe make that orange as well. Yeah. I'm gonna add some emission stuff as well, so let's just add a new material. Just save our project. It's always fun to add emission materials, so I'm just gonna create a new material and call this what do we call it? Like a purple emission. So I'm just gonna emission color, change it to a nice pink purple, and then we're gonna set the strength to like 5 maybe. I'm just gonna go into render mode quick and just remove this this color as my world texture. Just put that to 0, so when we add it we can actually see the emission from those materials. Hey, Dance Man Alex, thanks for the message. Yeah, it's been a while. I'm back, doing some live streaming stuff. Yeah, and I'm really enjoying Blender nowadays. So, thanks for the message, man. Okay, let's add some emissions. So let's see how they're gonna look. So I think we're gonna start with these little vents. So I'm just gonna select all those faces right there, and then materials, we're gonna assign this purple emission right there. So let's just see if it's actually doing anything. Not doing much. I must actually just enable bloom and all of those things, so we get some lighting going there. And then we can probably increase the strength to like 10 maybe. Yeah. Cool. We're obviously gonna have some other lights as well. Maybe let's add a just a normal little point light. Place it there and make it like 800. Yeah, let's just add a plane as well, so we can kind of see what's happening. And then I'm just going to lock this plane. So there's a cool little option here at the top. If you click this little filter, you have all these restriction toggles. So I can enable, or I can choose to have this select. And then for the plane, I can just disable the selection. So now I can't select this plane, only select the other objects, which is pretty cool. I'll probably make this project file available on my Discord server, so check out the link to that in the description of the video, and you guys can join there and have some chats, and yeah, it's cool. Alright, so we need to add some more color here. I think I need to do something with these faces. Maybe inset them like that, and then extrude them in. I'm just going to grow that selection, and then I'm going to make it dark gray. Okay, we need more emission. Maybe if we add something this side, but maybe like a different color. Let's keep it purple for now. So I'm just going to select that ring around that base, and let's assign our emission material. And then we're going to do the same with these insides, because we want this light kind of glowing out to the front. So maybe we can only select those faces at the back. Assign them, yeah. So obviously you need to kind of see a little bit to get that glow in Eevee. But if we should render this in cycles, it should be fine. And then maybe the same for the entrance. So I don't know if I should do the floor as well. Maybe just the sides and the ceiling. Yeah, something like so. And then we need some light here by this little machine. Okay, I kind of have an idea here. So if we select all of these faces around to there, oops, hold in control, same with this side, hold in control to around there, and I'm going to inset that first, and then we do Alt E to extrude along normals. So we're going to go inwards, and then I'm going to do a grow, so plus or control plus, and then assign that emission right there. And then we get something like that. So we need something in this area as well, maybe one little emission somewhere. So maybe if we have some loop cuts here, yeah, maybe just these two, bevel them out. I don't know if that was a good idea. Maybe. And then I'm just going to select these two faces and bevel, or sorry, inset them and then extrude them in. And then we take those two faces, maybe grow one, and then assign that. Yeah, so we have a little bit of light coming from that area as well. And then we obviously need a big glow here on this funnel. So for that I'll probably just select all of these faces and maybe this bottom face. Let's assign that. Let's see how other colors will look like. So I'm just going to change this emission color. Yeah, even like a blue is also nice. Maybe a green, like a radioactive type of vibe. If you guys have any ideas, let me know in the comments. Oh yeah, definitely in front, so these ones should definitely get that emission right there, and then maybe even those two. I might be adding too many of these things, but it's fun to add them. And maybe at the front, maybe this face, we just do a little inset and then extrude that in to a little plus, assign that. Okay, what else can we add? Maybe like a little loop cut somewhere here. Add something. So I'm gonna do a loop cut, another loop cut, and then select all of these faces. Whoops. Come on, select them manually. And then let's assign them. Just to have a little interesting little ring going on there, and then maybe even these ones. Yeah, must maybe add different color emissions, but I think the one color emission is pretty cool. Let's save. Wonder if we add a little inset on some of these, maybe just those three, inset them and then extrude along normals. So I'm going to take them inwards. Ooh, I must be careful now. Yeah, this is going to cause some issues. Let's undo that. Why is that causing issues? So I'm going all the way. Okay, because the sizes are quite different of these things. So I think that's why that's causing issues. Yeah, that's a bit more intense. Okay, maybe I want to add some windows or something on this side as well, so I'm gonna inset that and then maybe pull that in. Yeah, that's quite a big panel to have a glow. Lots of radioactiveness activeness happening inside of this refinery, so maybe let's add some things here as well. So let's do some loop cuts, maybe one there and one here, and then we select that ring, and then we do an inset, and then we do a extrude along normals, maybe take it inwards, and then add emission. Can never have enough emissions. This section needs something more, maybe a loop cut, 2 loop cuts there and 2 loop cuts there, and then I'm gonna select all of these faces. I think it's getting a bit hectic. I'm just gonna take this emission down to about 5, maybe even 3. I also feel we need something on this side, maybe just a little emission here. I know I'm adding too much emission, but kinda can't help it. Okay, so there we go. I'm just gonna increase this light strength here at the top. Oops. 2000. I just create a different material for this plane. I'm just gonna do like a dark color, like a dark gray, and maybe less reflective, maybe a little bit of friction might be good. Okay, let's add a camera and let's do a quick render and see what we have. So I'm just gonna synchronize my camera with this view, so get an angle and then go to view, align active camera to view, and then I'm just gonna enable the camera lock. So we have maybe something like that. I'll just make this plane bigger and bigger, yeah, and we can place this like so, and let's do a quick render and see what we have. I'm just gonna preview this in cycles quickly. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it on Eevee. And then we're gonna do 128 samples and all of that. Let's do a render. Okay, it's not looking too bad. Cool. So yeah, I think that's it for today. I was just planning on doing like a quick little low poly render or model and then render it. So this is the final result for now, for today. It was really just a very basic, very quick little render. So yeah, if you guys and girls want to have access to this model, join the Discord server in the description, and I will link it in the server and you can download it and play with it. And as always, thank you so much for watching. And then also let me know if you have any ideas of things that you want to see streaming on this channel. So at the moment I'm just doing Blender modeling usually once a week, but I'm kind of testing out different days and different time zones, and because I'm in South Africa, so it all depends. I think most of my viewers are probably in America, so I will see what times I actually get the best results. So as always, thanks a lot for watching, and please consider subscribing if you are not subscribed already. And yeah, thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you guys and girls next time. Cheers, goodbye.